Yeah, we talked about, three things, right? Why they're coming in, how they're doing this, and then ways that we can potentially fight this. So, can you talk about those three things and kind of ways that we might be able to either mitigate or at least try to curb this problem across the globe?
So there's really kind of two playing fields we can do. Number one is as an individual company. That means I can really put all the best practices in. I can do all the things that I as an individual company can do to try and protect myself, make it a little harder for me to get into. And then there's so many other people that are just lesser challenging, and they'll just give up on me and go to someplace else. So that's how I as an individual can react. That doesn't really solve the problem. That just pushes it off on somebody else that
Sure.
wasn't as diligent as myself. So let's talk about it from a global perspective. How do we attack this problem that everybody has got as an issue? Well, there are three levers here that we have that we can attack with. Number one, it's all fueled on money. I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't get something out of it, the
Yep.
money. So they use Bitcoin, they use all these other untraceable cryptocurrencies. So that's the first place that we could go after, is understanding that money system and then going to attack that. How do we get into that system, that financial system, and disrupt it? It's a foolish to think that we can't do that. We certainly can. We have the technology that can. We just have the willpower and the cooperation of other nations to do that. But it does
So
take everybody's cooperation.
Talk about that for just a second, because the perception in the market is these criminals are requiring ransomware payments in form of cryptocurrencies because it's not traceable, they can't be found. You're saying, what I hear you saying is, it's really not the case. We can trace that, we can find that, we can put systems in place to kind of track their bad behavior. Is that accurate?
That's accurate. It is impossible for me as an individual company to do that. It might be very difficult to nearly impossible for me as an individual country to track that from all the different places it can go. It is not impossible for me as a community of nations to do that. We can crack Bitcoin. We've got technology that can go get that done. Nothing is impossible. If we band together, we can get that done. We can do it. We just can't do it individually. So the monetary system can be cracked. Everyone has got to be cooperating for there to be a barter system. So
Yeah.
you can disrupt this. The second thing that you can do is go after the dark web, which is their environment.
Yep.
You can crack that too. It has that same era of anonymity, and that's why it exists, and that's why it's successful. Same condition. Oh, you can't find me. I've got synonyms. I've got pseudonyms. I can't be found. Oh, yes, you can be. If we want to band together, we can find it. There's technology out there that can track these things. We have it from a military perspective. We have it from other nation states have got these things. We get together, we can really bring a big spotlight onto that environment. And the third thing that you have to have is universal enforcement.
Right.
We have Interpol. That's a cooperation across all of the different nations. You can do the same thing for the dark web. You can do the same thing on this. We can trace you through the internet. We can find you through all these different various ways that you try and mislead. As long as we cover end to end, nation to nation, and don't let there be a nation that they're being harbored safe, then we can crack it. It just takes all of us to cover all those endpoints. We can shut it down.